What's going on, Sooner Nation? It's a beautiful Wednesday. Hope you guys are getting out enjoying the weather. But today, we got to talk about a quick prediction that, listen, it's been long overdue. I'm finally going to go ahead and I'm going to submit it in favor of a four-star defensive lineman here in the 2025 class. Before we do that, guys, I need to hear from y'all. I need to make sure you guys are joining the discussion. So give me your guys' thought on this prediction. Do you agree with it? Additionally, if you guys have not already, hit that like and hit the subscribe button. Thank you for tuning in to the PG Show, where we talk about all things Oklahoma athletics. You guys know this morning we dropped a softball podcast talking about the upcoming games this week. Drew England was the guest today, so make sure you jump over there and tune into that as well. But let's go ahead and let's dive into the four-star defensive lineman prospect that ultimately I think Oklahoma is going to end up landing here. And by say landing, I'm going to go ahead and say it's Landon Rink. So we've talked about him multiple times here on the podcast. 6'2", 270 pounds out of Cypress, Texas, and Cy-Fair High School. As you can see, he's got a prediction in from Jordan Scruggs for Texas, and a lot of people have believed Texas is going to be the pick. And you guys, if you watch the show, you guys know I haven't been 100% sold here. And the reason why I say that is, we've had Landon Rink on the podcast. We've talked to him a couple times. He's attended several junior days for Oklahoma. In fact, in the 9 times he's been to Texas for unofficial visits, he's been to Oklahoma 5 times. 5 times he's been to Oklahoma. So I look at Landon Rink as a guy that he's gone out of his way to come up here, visit Oklahoma multiple times. He has a really good relationship with Todd Bates. Like every time I talk to him, it seems like that relationship with Todd Bates stands out. And I mean, I'm going to be honest, and talking to the kid, it's a little bit harder, I feel, to get a clear understanding of where he's at in the terms of the relationship with Texas A&M or Texas. And I want a lot of people to understand that the reason why that might possibly be is Texas just replaced their defensive line coach in Bo Davis. Additionally, you saw Texas A&M have a exodus in their coaching staff after Jimbo Fisher got fired. So I believe both of those schools have some ground to make up if they want to go out there and land Landon Rink. Now, a lot of people are going to point out, hey, his dad was a former University of Texas defensive lineman from 1991 to 1995, right? And a lot of people are going to say, hey, point to other recruitments that Oklahoma has been in with Texas legacy guys. Probably the most recent one was Colton Bassick. Look at how that turned out. The difference is, look at how many times he's been to Oklahoma. That's what I'm going to point to every single time. So far, 5 times. This is a guy that competes in track and field. And when you look at what he's been able to do statistically on the field, you understand why he's climbing through the recruiting rankings and why he's a target and a prospect for Todd Bates, and shoot, maybe even a priority prospect. 182 tackles in his career, 57 tackles for loss, 24 sacks, 5 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble, and 2 fumble recoveries. Specifically in 2023, having one of his best years with 70 tackles, 30 tackles for loss, 15 sacks, 5 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. If he comes out here, he shows out in a couple camp settings, he goes out and has a strong fall camp or a senior season, you imagine that Landon Rink is going to be a guy that is going to climb into probably top 150, maybe even has a chance to get to the top 100 prospects in the country. So if you're Oklahoma, you're looking at Landon Rink and you say you feel really good about where Oklahoma is. And as of today, I feel like Oklahoma is the leader in this recruitment. And I'm comfortable enough at this point to pull the trigger and say, yeah, I think Oklahoma is going to be the destination for Landon Rink when it's all said and done. Although there's probably still some time in this recruitment before he's going to be able to pull the trigger and say, hey, yeah, I'm 100% committed, right? So if you're an Oklahoma fan, that's looking good because we've talked about the defensive line class here in 2025. Not super strong, not super deep like what you've seen in other years. So being able to go out there and get a guy like this who is proven to be able to produce on the field in high school, this is a guy that Todd Bates or even Miguel Chavis, wherever they decide to put him on that line, he's going to end up being a star and absolutely being able to shine. So, guys, I want to hear from y'all. Jump in the comments below. Give me your guys' thoughts. Do you agree that Landon Rink will be an Oklahoma Sooner? And if not, tell me why you guys don't think he'll be a Sooner. Additionally, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. And YouTube wants you guys to watch one of these two videos. So make sure you guys tune into one of those.